Hello, and welcome back to this channel's madness. So we're making homemade wax, and this is my sugar, 1 cup full of sugar, and that is for all the love that you show me. And on this other bowl, that is sugar, and this other bowl is a 1/2 cup of water. Now, next to it is some pads that are going to be helping me in ripping off the wax and removing the hairs. And this is just something I improvised. I got my old trouser and cut it into pieces. So yeah, I didn't want to incur any costs at all. So keep in mind, this is all homemade. So you're going to take your sugar and put in a pot, and then the water, and also add a little bit of lemon water. I decided to go with citric acid because it was readily available, and then start heating. Yeah, and this is what you get. So you get a good smelling, I would say, solution. I can say the consistency was amazing. I don't know why I'm laughing. Look at that. So you're just going to wait for it to boil, and like that it's forming some bubbles, and then it smells so good. I won't lie, I wanted to taste, which I did later. However, you cannot taste it when it's hot. Now, at this point, so these are the pads I was telling you about. So they're going to be used for the ripping. So I have to, I have to say that I'm sorry because I waxed the left side, the left armpit, and so I thought, why not? In a NHIF is no longer being used. Why not use my card for the good? And so yeah, so I had to say a prayer first. Thank you, Lord, for the armpit hair. So I take the wax and then I apply it on. No, this is the right hand armpit. And let me tell you, this thing stung. Stung. Now, I have like lots of hair and I know that's crazy. And you see, like the way I was applying the wax going up, and then I decided let me go like downward. That was a big mistake, and you need to avoid that, and I'll tell you why later. You will see why. So I decided to get more wax, and then now these are the parts I was telling you about. Just a piece of cloth, just put it on top of the wax. Now this is the part where I understand why before applying the wax they decide to uh like have some powder, or maybe pour some powder on your skin, so that, yeah, I now understand why. And I think it's just to, oh, let me tell you, ripping that off, it was, for starters, it was very satisfying, but then the pain, oof, okay, that didn't go as expected. So I decided, you know what, I'm this babe that doesn't give up. And so I decided, let me try and see if the next rip is going to be better. I can say I was quite, can I say I was quite scared? However, with the left armpit, it went quite well. So with the right one, you see how that rips with the right armpit, and also like folding your arm like that, major problem. You want to avoid that at all costs. Yeah. uh, okay, I don't even know if to talk or not, but let's see. That is one of my best. Well, that hurt like hell, but it was so satisfying, honestly. I don't know why I feel good about it. It was so satisfying, yet hurt so bad. Let's see the next one. Oof, take deep breath and see if it works. Not easy. I would tell you it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Do you remember when I told you that you should not fold your arm? Like when you have all that wax under your pits, your armpits? Let me tell you why. The reason you shouldn't do that is because you have wax. And for me, I did not pour like some powder on my skin. And so the wax can still. Oof, let me see. Once the wax clumps together, it can form like a hard ball, and then pulling it off is going to be extremely painful. Just see that. Now, the reason it's I forgot to film like the left armpit, but it went on so well. However, there was a bit of blood, and so I could not let you see that because of you know community guidelines and also how sensitive some people are to blood. So I had to take that into consideration. And now, yeah, I will tell you just why you should not fold your arm when you have wax under your armpit. Let's go for the next rip. Oh, you see, I folded my armpit again. And you know what? That hurts like a mother, honestly. It really, really hurts. Oh my god. This, let's try and see. Oof. Let me tell you the amount of pain I was in. You see, like the folding again, another problem. Don't do that. Avoid this. Do not fold your arm when you're trying to wax your armpits. It's going to cause problems in the end, and you're about to see why. Do you know why I'm laughing at myself here? Well, at this point, I just decided to give up because, well, for starters, this is where I regretted and wished that I had used a white cloth as my pad for ripping off the hairs using the wax, the homemade wax, because now you'd be in a better position to see the hairs. Do you see that? You can only see the roots. That is a lot of hair. Let me try and see if I. Yeah, do you see that? That is a lot of hair, and my bad for not shaving as often as I should have. Now, oof. You know the crazy part about waxing at home is that you have to convince yourself that you're inflicting pain on your body. And so it could take longer, but when someone is doing it to you, you see this person is not conscious of the pain that you're feeling, and so they just pull and pull and pull, and in less than 10 minutes you're good. So I suggest that you go to a specialist, but it was so fun doing this at home. So I decided to go in with another piece of cloth from my old trouser and see if I can get the other hairs out. Now, do you remember when I told you not to fold your arm while waxing? This is the reason. You see that hair in there? It's full of wax, and even if I put a piece of cloth on top of it, it just hurts. It hurts like a mother, and if I continue, it's going to rip off my skin, and I'll just end up bleeding. Bye.